All right, so I was just trying to prove a little point, but I don't know. So earlier I was talking about a purge, right? That people are allowing people to do negative and heinous things, but it's all powered by a demonic network. But people don't want to talk about the demonic network. So before I say this, I'm not a danger to society. I'm not a witch. I'm not racist. But I am a person who has been compelled to this type of information because it's something that bothers me. I can see it, I can feel it, and I'm witnessing it throughout my everyday commute and throughout life. I'm witnessing it. So I would also like to say this: prayers to the president, and thank you for trying to make America great again. Also, prayers to good people who really pray for people. And I apologize for being frustrated about the things that I'm enduring and witnessing. And I also hope that good people understand that me explaining what I'm going through does not mean that I'm explaining it to you from a racist or a division perspective. I'm explaining it to you based on the way that I can explain it. You see what I'm saying? So again, what I'm experiencing is like I can hear the covert harassment. The covert harassment comes in the form of multiple people. Now see, multiple people are doing things that are witchy, and some of them are male witches and some of them are female witches. They doing stuff that normal people can't really do. And it's not to say that, oh, all of them are bad. No, it's some healers out here, but the healers are not in question, just like the good people are not in question. It's not talking, we're not talking about the healers and the good people, but praying for safety for the healers and praying for safety and protection for the good people as well. Because like I said, when they realize their power and they decide to do right, they could be the watchers of the universe. They could be the greatness and the good in the universe. They don't have to be the negative, because they can do greater works. Just like, if you listen to or even read the Bible, it tells you greater works that is in he and she that was within me. So basically, it's basically telling you, and I might have quoted it wrong, but people that understand, that have a spiritual ear, let them hear, and they understand the right way, and they can correct me. And I do like to be corrected if I'm wrong. Like, my attitude sometimes come off wrong, but it only comes off wrong if they provoke it. You see what I'm saying? So back to what I was saying was, we're experiencing a witch hunt. You have people who have placed themselves in other people's body and temples, and they jumping in and out, and they teleporting, they telepathically talking to people, and they doing all this shit in the form of witchcraft. But a lot of people don't see that as witchcraft. Some people see it as this is the way we live and this and that and the third, but it's really not when you have a group of people who have set out to do wrong and do heinous things in this world. It's a group of girls that will literally initiate an argument. They'll start negative things, and they even glorify things that are of the nature of death. So I call them ghouls, because they are GHOULS. They're ghouls. They're infatuated with death. So a lot of them make it to where you got to punch your hand on the wall just to hear that you're not death. But then they'll sit here and call out the word death on you, to the point to where it'll manipulate your mind into thinking that you're about to experience, something drastic or something catastrophic, And when I say drastic, y'all know what drastic means, but when I say catastrophic, that's on a greater level. Like, they'll make you think something's happening or something big is about to take place, but they'll make you think it in a drastic way, to where they'll dramatize the situation to where you thinking that something negative is going to happen. Like me, it's hard for me to come outside, because a lot of times they'll make me feel like they're plotting my death. Like when I walked outside today, dude said plot death. He said death plot and stuff like that. He was talking through my mind. So see, when President Trump put up a wall, he didn't put up a wall to keep Mexicans out of the United States. That's the lie that they told y'all. But you can't speak for a whole nother person. He built a wall to keep the things out of America that should not be in America illegally. It's a lot of people that y'all don't see, and y'all fail to realize and to even explain how some men and women are bringing witchcraft to this country. And don't get me wrong, it's some already here. People do voodoo and all that extra stuff and stuff like that. and some already here, but you got some people that's coming from countries that they bring in Havana syndrome. Shit that's talking in your brain all goddamn day. Shit that's controlled by energized weapons. You see what I'm saying? Where they can zap you or they can pinch your spinal cord through a system of weapons that you can't even see. Like me, I right now my butt hurts. Y'all will laugh at that shit. My hip hurt too. But I have to experience at night where I'm laying down on this very couch that I'm sitting on. I have to experience certain things try to climb up on top of me and try to enter into my body. Y'all call shit like that a joke or a laugh or a lie or sleep paralysis. But what it is it's a bunch of witches who are trying to place a mental attack on a person. So like I said, they got dudes doing it too, they got girls doing it too, but these people, so many people want to be inside of this industry, and so many people want to be on these higher levels that they don't understand that it takes certain type of, you know, witchcraft and magic and sorcery to put them on these levels. And a lot of times people prematurely do shit that they don't really need to do, or they don't even understand how it's gonna work and how things can go from you thinking you doing something right to being left field, like quick. Like you got people who are literally aiding and assisting for other people to hear the dead talk. See, that's witchcraft. That's a medium. But see, a medium could be a person who's professional. A person that's professional, they are already identified with who they are. They are already monitored, and people understand that, hey, this person is a medium. A medium could be a person who is gifted in understanding necromancy. Necromancy is being able to talk to the dead. When you got people doing that shit prematurely, ain't no telling who you bringing back to life and who you talking to. Cause see, it's shit that's talking from the heavens that everybody acting like they can't hear. Some of y'all can't hear because y'all made to respond to certain signals that'll tell you to look left, and everybody look left at the same time. But see, when you a person like me and they tell you to look left, and you decide not to look left, then they'll put you in a witch hunt. When they put you in a witch hunt, it's the search for subsequent prosecution of a supposed witch. Meaning, supposed witch is suppose you are a witch, even though you're not. See, when they find out you're a witch, somebody gonna want to hurt you for it, whether you male or female. Because in this world, people don't tolerate witches and witchcraft, but it's a lot of people out here that fuck with it. So they'll put it in front of you for you to fuck with it, just like they put alcohol in front of you. A lot of people don't want you to drink alcohol because they know it'll kill you. It has a demon in it. It's a spirit in the bottle. It's called a jinn. That's a spirit. That's witchcraft. That's sorcery. People don't want us to drink gin, period. But they confused us with the tongue and with Balaam and Balak and all this wordplay and spells and all this extra shit. They confused us with the words, so it's still pronunciated the same exact way. Gin, Jinn. But people go buy a bottle of gin and can't even decipher what the fuck this is. They don't even have discernment to say, hey, this is still gin. This is still a spirit in a bottle. So like I said, the terminology that we have as a culture is already, it's like people speaking a dead language and don't know it. And so me, I'm talking about it, but I'm talking about it in privacy. But when I talk about it publicly, I'm always pointed out, or either they block my lives, or then you have certain people that's listening in silently. They listening in, but then they also being a fiery dart that throws through my apartment. And they try to throw that shit toward me. They try to throw their hate to me. They try to respond to me in a hateful way because they showing me that they can do this. But y'all thinking that they doing it this way just to show you that, hey, we controlling this. No, this dude literally used the same methods. And this shit that you hear hitting the TV was hitting my body. But you couldn't hear it hitting my body. But you can hear me complaining about being zapped and being hit by shit. See, that's when they swap your shit out with somebody else's. So see, some of these dudes and shit that y'all think friends and stuff like that, they already put some of these girls into these positions because they using them for a reason. See, some people will use a woman and she's a blind witch. She don't even know that she got powers for them to use her voice, or for them to use her thought, or for them to use her tied to another dude witch, and however many witches she tied to in a witch knot. They don't even know that they using these people. So some of these dudes will communicate with these young ladies, and they using witchcraft to use it to speak to them just to get to another person. So my whole thing is, ladies and gentlemen, y'all got to know what it is that you dabbling in and you putting yourself in. Because y'all really ain't the type of person that that looks into the politics. Y'all not the type of people who has the right information when it comes to certain topics and certain stuff. The stuff that y'all good at and that y'all know is the shit that y'all find entertainment. Everybody know how to twerk. Everybody know how to roll up a blunt. Everybody know how to fire up something to smoke. Everybody know how to crack open a drink and drink it, or open up a and drink a damn soda or beer or liquor. Everybody know how to do this shit. Everybody know how to fuck. Everybody know how to hurt your feelings. But how many people know how to tell you some real shit that relates to the Bible and relates to the government and relates to their community? Most people don't, because those are topics that's just not important. But all this negative shit is important to them. So my whole thing is they want me sitting in a house or an apartment where they can look through my site and see that I'm sitting at home. They want me to sit in a place where they can look through my site and see that I'm sitting in a tub. They want me to be sitting in a place where I'm always seen, but in private. You see what I'm saying? But while I'm sitting in my house, they'll use a dude which to respond to a group of people, because they already handed y'all out the aid. Everything that y'all got as aid is something that's already tied into some shit that's already tied into some bigger shit. And even me, I don't always know the terminology, but if a person give you a gang to join, don't you know Bloods, Crips, and G's, it's already infiltrated, meaning it never was yours. It never was yours. Some people think that they founded that. But sir, you might have spreaded it out towards your community, but the dark space in your mental is what spawned the idea for this to be birthed into the physical. So see, the signs has already been sorcery before you knew what a pentagram was. Before you knew what a hexagram was, it was already sorcery. Now the thing on the inside that talked to you and spoke to you that made you think this was some cool shit and this is some shit to do, that's the thing that's already warring with you and people who look like you. So that power source already is a purging mechanism. It wants to kill, it wants to purge, and it wants to cleanse the earth of things that look like you, bro. So the more you put on your blue and the more y'all lock seas and the more y'all do certain things, to y'all is normal. It's normal, but it's just identifying you as a person that's not of interest. So see, a person ain't gonna cry and mourn for gang members, but people like me do. I cry and mourn for y'all and pray for y'all too. Pray for y'all mamas, pray for y'all kids. I pray for the people who are deeply impacted by the untimely losses of their men. But at the same time, most people in the world don't mourn for people. So they're not going to mourn the fact that you're not here. They're going to rejoice that this is one less demon that's walking the earth. It's how they looking at us. And I say us because guess what? Us women came from y'all seminal fluid. No matter if you my daddy or not, no matter if you my brother or not, you have the power to eliminate your race. Eliminate your bloodline, or you got a power to reproduce. The gun was already given to us as a symbol of genetic annihilation. The moment they made Smith & Wesson, the moment they made guns, they was quick to kill somebody. See, when you had to fight and beat a nigga, you had to beat him to death. But see, a person ain't gonna just let you beat him to death, not in modern day. Only way a person sit there and let you beat them to death is they really, really, really afraid of you and you hit them hard and that hurt and they just crying. That's a person that don't want to survive. Because who gonna sit here and let you beat them to death? The only way a person to sit here and let you beat them to death is if you have a demonic control over them, to where you place so much fear in their heart to where you make them feel like they can't look, or they can't talk, or they can't speak. And those are the people who want you not here. So all this don't talk shit, y'all playing into the role of it. But at the end of the day, we trying to stick together the ones that's talking about it. And we come in the form of multiple people colors. We come in the form of the people who choose to stand together. Now behind closed doors, they looking at me like, damn, I wish your thoughts was like this. My thoughts do be like this. The negative came into play. Once they came into play, they changed my whole thoughts. They changed my thoughts from being one with everyone to this nigga want to be a hate factor, and this motherfucker want to be a racist factor. Now, he's not the person who I look at as help, or he's not the person that I look at as help. He's a person, they peoples that I came into contact with. The physical them, like this black dude, his physical response is he hate the fuck out of R. Kelly. He hate the fuck out of P. Diddy. He hate black men, but he a black man. But he hates black men to the point to where he's expressed his hate so much to where the moment that I speak up in defense of them, he'll yell at me and raise his voice. So like I already peeped him and how he feel about himself. You see what I'm saying? But he's in a position where he wants to survive. So his facade is fuck them. His facade is they deserve that. Like even when dude got beat up and killed by the police, his response was all he had to do was this. He didn't have to talk back. But it's like, man, put yourself in a man's position that's melanated. Because right now you just carrying the skin tone of them. You're not putting yourself in a position. And he's thinking, well, I shouldn't have to. But the thing about it is, once they alienate themselves from you with this Jim Crow shit, you ain't got no choice but to stand next to these niggas that you talking about niggas. So then how you gonna mask the way you feel about these men when for so long you have already played the role of acting like you not a brother? So my thing is I address their asses too, and they don't like that. Then I get over here to this white dude. Why is you nestled up with us if you so nigger talking? Why in the fuck is you nestled up with us if you so ho happy to call us out of our name and to degrade our women? Why are you in a position to where I got to be made to hear your voice and then you seductively speak in a whole nother tone when you in public? So I'm the person that's walking in public, and these people have lassoed me into a response aid that has them in it. And they response aid is he's the nigger talking, and he's the black dude that don't fuck with black dudes, and then they witches. So everywhere I go, y'all sitting here trying to point the finger at me and trying to make me look like I'm bad. But then no, y'all are actually around a motherfucker that do this type shit. So my whole thing is like, how can you be mad at a person that's sitting here telling you, hey, this is going on global, but you made it local to this one person? So now when this one person talks in silence, you don't even want people to hear it. But then if they go outside and respond through their own thought, you're the negative aid that she has to hear that don't nobody hear, because you put yourself in a whole nother rank, in a whole nother group of a whole nother person that's actually guilty of what the fuck this person is talking about. So like I said, these girl groups that are that, all of them ain't the same. Some of them don't even know that shit going on. They just a part of some shit that they think is good and they think it's something new. So that's why they call them blind witches, because they don't know that they doing witchy shit. They just think that this is their girl group and we can do this and we can answer to this, and all we got to do is wait for this to happen or this to be answered, and all we got to do is do this. They don't see nothing wrong with it, but these people got so many people doing their work to the point to where it's no vapor trail or no paper trail that leads back to the actual culprit, the person who's actually the grand design of what this shit is. And then don't get me wrong, don't let the enemy trick your mind into thinking that everybody is a fucking problem, because everybody just not a fucking problem. But you do got people in this motherfucker that's separated because they're reinstalling the Jim Crow laws. Some people are separated, and some people you will never see as a person who's, separated or who actually believes into this shit. See, some people, like black folks, so-called black people, first of all, you're not black. Second of all, white people, you're not white. But this black and white power structure is the very grounds of racism. Our skin is not that color, black people. White people, your skin is not that color. You actually have some tan and some peachy shit going on with your color. I got some brown and some peachy shit going on with my color. So how the fuck can we allow a system who has divided humanity for so long to still infiltrate our minds and to control us. Now people say, well, you can't say that if your thought. Ma'am, how in the fuck is you reading my thought? Let's get to that part. How was you able to read my thought? My thought is me walking and thinking. But my thoughts is where it is. But I always reiterate that I am not speaking down on good people. Good people reside everywhere. Good people come in the form of all sizes, shapes, colors, and personalities. My addressing with my attitude is not for y'all at all, because I got too much respect for y'all. I'm addressing the shit that's bothering us, meaning I'm speaking for your ass too. And I'm speaking for the women and the children too. So no matter how you take it, it's the truth. I say this every day. If I did not say this today, I wouldn't be me. I said it today. I also said, hey, I don't want the spirit of offense to reach the good people. Good people, it don't matter what color you is. You know if you good. A good person is not the type of person that's going to come outside and shoot you for no reason. A good person is not the type of person that's going to make you feel bad and lower your esteem about yourself for no reason. A good person is not going to look at you with hate because you're white or black. A good person is not going to hurt your feelings because of who you are and how you dress and how you look. A good person is going to do what they do and try to be good and try to be the change in the world that they want to see and experience. And that's just what they do. But you got good people afraid to come out of their motherfucking house because so many demonic motherfuckers act like they control the goddamn streets. So then a person like me is telling you, hey, the wicked one ain't here for the good people. But you missed the memo. The wicked one is here for y'all asses that's negative people. And he collecting. And he gonna use you to do it too. He gonna use her. He gonna use all of y'all negative motherfuckers. Because that's what the fuck he has a right. The RITE practice. He has the right to do that. He's not here collecting the souls of good people. But good people sometimes get hurt by demonic people. So that's unfortunate. And I wish life wasn't like that. But the wicked one is not here to be y'all friend, just in case you didn't know that. The wicked one is going to stir up some shit where two niggas kill each other. And he's going to look at it like one down, one to go. Now, the one that's down is lowered into the ground. People like me will pray and ask God to forgive them for the sins that they had in this world. And at some point when they descend, they ascend. So asking God to allow them to be accepted in his bosom or in his love in the form of the spirit of good. The negative can't come up there. They got to put off corruption, meaning they got to get out of their body. But some people are out of their body and the dead is roaming and they don't want to talk about it. So see, at night, during witching hours, y'all act like witchcraft and witch hunt, or y'all act like that shit ain't real. But from 12 to damn near 4 o'clock in the morning, these things is walking through your walls, your doors, and fucking with you because your TV on and you slept with your TV on. The whole program, the whole channel changes at a certain time. It's PG-13 all day on Cartoon Network. But then watch how the cartoons change up at certain amounts of times. Once it start getting dark and shit like that, that's when the light of knowledge and the light of what goes on underneath the sun is hitting in the dark. Because the sun ain't there to light you through your motherfucking travels at night. Men created electrolytes. And the luminaries and the stars is there to watch. Some of them don't move. Some of them do move. The ones that's moving, those are not stars. But it takes too much information to go into depths about what's happening. So the subject matter of today is, who are these people who are talking to our brains? Who are these people, and why are y'all trying to nestle up underneath people that you know not witches? You got a group of men witches that's trying to highly exalt themselves to a certain level by using other people of the weaker vessel to do that. And they communicating and conversing with each other through telepathic. Now, if you go on Google, like I'm about to do, get on Google, type in the word telepathy. Okay, that's the supposed communication through thoughts or ideas by means of other known senses. Excuse me, I gotta sneeze. So to use telepathy, that's communication of the thought, damn it. Thought or idea. Meaning they can give you a motherfucking song in your brain and you think it's yours, but somebody telepathically said that to you. That's how a lot of music is made too. But then these motherfuckers love to take the credit. So they'll sit here and beat you at your own work. And they'll plagiarize, they will steal your work and put their name on it because they know you don't have the means to pay for copyrights and different shit because they're the actual group of people who are setting you the fuck back. And they don't want you to, excuse me, I missed my prayer time. It's 2:56, but it's 2:57. But prayers for the good people, for peace and protection and love all over the world, all ethnicities. In conclusion, also thank you, God, for everything that you do. So like I was saying, these people set you back so they can see what it is that you don't have. They know you don't have food. They know you don't have finances. They know you don't have the things that you need. But at the same time, they use the things that they know you don't have against you. So you can come up with a hit song and you can record the song and say the song over and over again. This motherfucker went behind your back and copyrighted the song. Or he copyrighted and patent your name. So now he wants everything that you do to be owned by him. And that's why Summer Walker is not Summer Walker. Because the person she is another person. But she has the name of her and she's the vocal that you hear. But she's not the Summer Walker that everybody is praising. But she's the black woman who's in front of the stage that everybody think that they know. So she's not who she is. But she's a good person. It's not taking nothing from her. Just like Amber Rose. Amber Rose, the one you know, that's not her name. Amy Luciani is Amber Rose. But Amy Luciani can't use her biological name because somebody already is using that in this world. So she can't use who she knows she is because someone else has it already. So you see the trickery of what you don't know. So Amy has to go as another alias. She has to use another name to formally introduce herself to the millions of people who are captivated by her beauty and talent. So like I said, it's no shade to Amber Rose, neither Summer Walker. But the Summer Walker, I just need something, is not Summer Walker. But the voice of what you know as Summer Walker is a black woman. Melanated woman, so-called black woman. But she's not the name that she goes by. Because that belongs to another human being. For real. On stage, her name is for fake. Amy Luciani, her name is for fake on stage, but she's the real Amber Rose. Her mother named her Amber Rose. And then she has her last name. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying. So back to what I said when it comes to supposed communication of thoughts and ideas. Okay, now check this out. That's telepathically. Again, communication of thoughts and idea by means other than known senses. Your senses don't even know that that's a real thing. Most people in the hood don't know that that's a real fucking thing. So you can tell them this all day. Telepathic is the communication of thoughts and ideas that are not known to your senses. Your senses says we talk out loud only. But you don't know that people talk telepathically. Now watch how the devil works. Watch this. Vampires, Y'all think this shit is fake. Okay, so AI said they mythical undead beings from folklore. Hear the word folklore and fiction. Fiction is not real, is what they saying. Mythical means it's a myth that everybody talks about, but it's just probably fake, but we don't know. It's a myth. So it could be real or not. But guess what they do? They survive by feeding on the vital essence of the living. Y'all. So these are undead beings, like I just told you, walking through the goddamn house in between witching hours that you can hear talking to you. Some of them not real, goddammit. But they walking now, undead beings. And they survive off who? Living people. You feel me? But then guess what? They don't like sunlight. Vampires don't. You feel me? They don't like sunlight. They teeth, some of them have fangs. Some of them possess supernatural strength. Some of them have charm about themselves. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? They're demons. They're demons. And they're also seductive. Now dig this. What are they traits, y'all? What are they traits? What are they weaknesses? Find out their traits and weaknesses. They undead, y'all. They corpse. But they have returned to life. And they appear healthy. You feel me? These are people that are dead that has returned to life. That appear healthy. This nigga healthy than a motherfucker. But look at everything around him. And look at how he's feeding off the living. But then dig this. His supernatural powers is shape-shifting, meaning this motherfucker can talk to you in his voice, hers, yours, your mamas, your uncles, your aunties, your cousins, your friends, your neighbors, and anybody else. He can shape-shift. He can use his influence to do stuff. Now let's show you some more shit about them. Okay, hold on. Physical traits. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna ask you I'm gonna ask Google, how do they communicate? Vampires communicate. I might have spelled it wrong. Communicate how? Watch this shit from just what I just told you. Look. They got supernatural abilities. The traditional speech is how they talk, but they use telepathically, mind to mind. Look at how many motherfuckers is talking to y'all mind. Vampires, undead, unliving, living off the living. But y'all don't see that shit as a real thing because they put it in a fucking movie. But again, they the ones talk to your brain. So us brain talking is not, we ain't even supposed to be doing that. Because we're not them. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. So don't get wooed into the shit that they doing. Yeah, they can talk to your brain, but they need you to talk back. So the moment you hear one of them ask you to throw your one, throw your twos, throw your threes, throw some ass, you need to act like you don't hear it and keep on walking. And then when you get to somebody that you know talking about it, talk to them. Man, this motherfucker told me, this motherfucker asked me to do this. This motherfucker asked me to do this and do that. So like I said, people, what they do. This shit ancient. They have mesmerizing mortals with their voice. They can sometimes have a unique voice, sing gooder than a motherfucker, or an ancient voice, talking in Hebrew, or they fuck with your thought. But either way, it's a vampire. So like I said, vampires, witches, it's a hunt for these type of people. So why are we letting them talk in our brain, confusing us, making us think that this is the way this shit go when it's really not? This some real shit that's happening. So in conclusion, be smart and don't get caught in they shit.